All right, ladies and gentlemen, game number 1 between FeriG and Ray on Road to Tunis, and we have deck against USF. FeriG with the Bersaglieri. The true Italians are over here. They know how to run and how to march. What is Ray doing, my dear friend Havoc?
Ray has got a double scout opener into Jeep, and honestly, I am baffled at this. Like, I thought for sure if anyone was gonna like just absolutely abuse weapon support center 30 cal spam, it was gonna be Ray. But here we are. Interesting play from FeriG here, like slowing down the capture on his +10 a little bit. I guess he wants to get that XP onto the bike. That's cheeky. Bersaglieri pushing for the far left-hand fuel. And he's going to go for connecting that with the bike. Ray being a little bit indecisive with the bike, and he's locked in armored.
Yeah. Jeep is a great counter against the bike, though. So bike has to be careful.
Bersaglieri are armed and await deployment.
Second Bersaglieri on the field here for FeriG. Is he going to bring the bike back to support? Yes, he is. I like this a lot. Pioneers catching the scouts out on the north +10. Bike is rotating over. Man, Burst is getting some great penetrations on this Jeep. Oh my gosh, it's already almost dead. And this is about as good of an early game that FeriG could ask for. Like, the first 2 minutes couldn't really possibly go any better for him at the moment. He's winning both sets of engagements on both fuels. He has control of the center structure, the center VP building, which is very powerful position in the early game. And he's going to be able to quick rotate these Bursas down to the other +10 to support when he needs to. And in the meantime, he's just going to take up more map control. I really like this second Pioneer choice because it tells me that he's probably going to go for a Flamer on one of them. But he's not going to miss out on having a sweeper as a result.
Yeah, it's in 2v2. I kind of started to like the Panzer grenade or the grenade launcher upgrade. Is it a thing in 1v1 as well? Because it's like a long-range flamer, and I like it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you never really see it. It is quite expensive on the munition side in the early game when you want to be like planting mines. But I don't know. I mean, I'll have to experiment with it a little myself. I haven't really used the GRB that much.
It has a smoke for free. It has a long-range smoke, which is really fast actually. It's like a flamethrower, just long range. I like it a lot, especially against units in cover or in buildings.
Perfect cutoff maneuver here from FeriG on the south +10. He's got a rifleman moving into cover, but he's not going to be able to fight against this bike Panzer Pile Bursa combo. And FeriG moving on his natural +10 right in front of his base as well.
The pressure from FeriG is insane.
The enemy has taken a victory point.
Ray has a hard time coping with it so far. He's not able to catch the Jeep with the bike with the Jeep. And the Bears are fine against the Jeep, how it looks like it.
This is exactly why Combined Arms is so strong. The map presence of the bike and the Bursas together just makes it really, really difficult to keep your resource connected.
Oh, that might be that rifleman.
Constantly on the back, but oh yeah. Oh, that rifleman's not looking good.
Oh.
Wow. That is huge. Also wins the engagement in the south with the Pile Bursa combo here. He's going to get control of that +10 again. Scout caught out on the +10, also gets forced away.
Ray is in the pickle, I would say.
Yeah, a lot of damage on this scout too. He decides not to pursue. I mean, this is kind of the nature of an early game Jeep. Like, if you get really bad rolls on the rifle damage that you take, it just totally kills any potential momentum that you had. Well, Bursa a little greedy there with the Bursa. Let's see if he pursues here with the Jeep.
Jeep is not great on wiping squads on retreat though. It has horrible moving accuracy. And quad is in the queue for FeriG. I just wanted to ask what's the way to do it. Is it HRAD or quad? But apparently it's quad still.
Oh, flak bearing is far and away the better choice. Area of effect damage, soft vehicle counter through the AP rounds, suppression platform. It's perfect. It's exactly what the Bersaglieri's need to make up for their lack of mid-game combat power against the riflemen. So you use the flak to create space, and then the Bersaglieri basically just vacuum up the rest of the map as that's happening.
The sector has been claimed by the enemy.
And the Veteran C1 kicking in from the bike. The tracer rounds are manhandling.
Really?
Support is ready to deploy.
And I think that's a dead scout.
Scout out of position. He's watching the engagement in the north, so he's a little distracted. Is he gonna pick it up with the bike and the pile?
Will it? You know,
Oh, he gets the kill. Wow.
it dies.
Black Virulent catches out the Jeep.
We have a battle group awaiting use.
Bike and Panzer Pile is gonna get away in the south. That's 2 more losses there for Ray. And I think, okay, he's pivoting into weapon support center. He's really feeling the pressure here.
He has enough resources for the 76 trash car. But damn, like you're once out of, since the target weak point got nerfed, if you're out of position once, you are dead. Like,
Yeah.
it's so squishy.
Yep. Black barreling in a good position here to cover both the cutoff and the +10. He's forcing the captain away to continue applying VP pressure. Love that presence of mind from FeriG. Very nice grenade to flush away the rifleman squad from the green cover. Bersaglieri at this vet 1 here, engaging the rifleman. He's gonna get caught up by the flak. This could be dangerous for this rifleman.
Oh, that's a god, and the AoE damage is so big from the flag if they're clumped up.
Yeah. Thankfully, he retreated around the other side of the building, so the flak wasn't able to continue DPSing.
Then
Captain about to get caught out here. Yeah.
But they have to walk to the front lines. 250 is
Yeah.
being used as a heal platform.
Yeah, and Ray holding his reinforcements in base. Like, this is a sign of some economic desperation for USF. He still doesn't even have tent out yet. But he recognized he needs to get this GMC out, and he actually has forgotten to unlock fast deploy, so he's taking a long time to build it. I think it's just fatigue from the amount of pressure he's been experiencing from FeriG.
Yeah, FeriG is
There we
not
go.
stepping off the gas anytime soon. He's just
Yeah.
pushing and pushing.
Yeah, he's unlocked fast deploy now, and FeriG is 1 CP away from a Caro, which, oh my god, that scout is dead.
Yeah.
Brutal.
The Semifinals got buffed though. I'm not sure how useful it is, but it got buffed. It's probably still inferior to the pizza tank.
The enemy has dropped to 300
Yeah.
points.
Yeah, no, the Caro, yeah, the Caro's the turreted vehicle. Seen some interesting use of it, but we'll see what. Ray down to 5 units. Medical trunk coming out. Oh, Panzerjäger's in position. The
and
ambush
look
shot
at
on the
the ambush
GMC.
bonus damage.
He's got no engineer to repair it now,
Oh, that's
and he's got no
awful.
manpower. This is cooked, man. This is why people ban combined arms right here.
Yeah.
This is a masterclass in exactly why this battle group gets banned.
He's so damn toast.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, GG has been called.
I mean, just like absolutely textbook, perfect positioning, perfect engagements across the board for FeriG. I really expected with Dak that Ray was going to lean into a weapon support center start, because you can get access to your GMC much faster, even if you're planning to play armored. And but he went for a rifle-based composition, which I hate to say it, but again, you know, we kind of talked about it with Reekley. Like, it's kind of risky to play USF with riflemen primarily. They are just as long as the Axis player is playing consolidated or like better superior positioning, you just can't get the tempo that you need from rifleman based compositions, and they are so weak at Vet 0 at the moment.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time of game number 2 for this best of 3 in the semifinals between FeriG and Ray. After the dominating show with Dak from FeriG, is he able to replicate that with Airborne as USF, or will Ray recover this? What are you expecting in this battle of the Springer or Airborne troops, actually? Havoc.
This is bananas. Like we don't see Luftwaffe at all in 1v1. I've seen a lot more of Airborne recently. So I'm not super surprised here from the move by FeriG, but this Fallschirm Pioneer drop is a big surprise to me. I am quite concerned here about this composition from Ray because Fallschirm Pioneers are more expensive, and
Engineers on the field.
he is not going to be able to impose the level of capture pressure that FeriG is in the early game, because FeriG's got a double scout opener, which they have a lot more capture speed. And they also have vision, which is going to allow him to set up for those 30 cals much better. And yeah, I don't really know what to expect now. This is a total wild card game.
I agree. I have to say it's a little bit funny that both went for the respective Airborne doctrine and then just dropped in on the enemy fuel, and then we're like, okay, then we're switching sides. That's fine.
Yeah. So here we go. Wow, FeriG getting a great engagement against this Pioneer. Honestly, this is really unlucky for Ray. Thankfully he caught out FeriG on a pretty terrible drop on the 1919 next to the fuel, but this is disconnected now, this +10 for Ray, so now he's on +13. FeriG's still on +23. As long as he doesn't lose this scout, he should be very favorable start for him. There we go.
Yeah. So, interesting to see Fallschirm Pioneers. They're not bad, but they're relatively expensive, I would say, at the moment. And without weapon upgrade, they're kinda...
Yeah. So Ray moving to reconnect here, but he's not going to be getting that juicy fuel for long, because FeriG's going to disconnect this +10 very shortly. And the scout combination plus this double 1919 on the north side should be able to lock out these grenadiers. Go first MG in position to deal with the grenadier in the building.
Oh, MG should win this easily.
Yeah. We've got a third machine gun drop here from FeriG. Kind of what we expected here. Captain is out. A little surprised he went for the third MG and not the early M3, but
HMG team deploying.
FeriG's the expert here. I'm sure he's practiced this a fair bit. Scout's going to see that big, long grenadier flank on the north shortly. But Ray doing a great job. Like he probably expects. There we go. He's coming from two very wide angles with the grenadiers.
Yeah, MG will be forced off. But FeriG is reacting. He smelled it.
Yeah.
Enemy forces are
Good choice to back up there. Forces one of the grenadiers away. Machine gun coming in to support this engineer that's holding it down on the +10.
Yes, tier 2 bazooka upgrade applies to SSFs. It also applies to the airborne bazookas, if you're that desperate for AT.
Well. Yeah.
Defend our victory point.
Good suppression here on this Fallschirm Pioneer. He's taking a lot of bleed right now.
To be fair, obviously I did not watch much 1v1 in the new patch. You know, Bachelor Thesis eating my time. But I thought MG spam got killed with the last patch, and then I see it again with USF.
No. They did a soft nerf on the MG. They still have the base damage reduction, which is the real problem. But what they nerfed was their Vet 1 only triggers in cover now, which I just don't think was enough.
Reconnect with it.
But yeah, MG spam still very prevalent. So good cutoff maneuver by Ray, but he is going to get forced off eventually by this machine gun. He just can't handle the heat here. Medical station going up in base for FeriG. M3 is about to hit the field. And Ray has got a 221 in production, which is pretty decent timing considering how low fuel he had for the first.
But 221 has to do some heavy carrying. It's a little bit of a pickle now, right? What do you get as AT and Ray decides to go for the... How is it called again? The recoilless rifle there?
Yeah.
Not sure if I like this choice.
Yeah, I really think like the 2cm is a much better option at this point. You don't need hard AT against the M3. The 2cm more than does the trick, and it will also help a lot like forcing these MGs out of position because the 2cm has some extra range on it over the MGs. So we'll see if Ray decides to go for that anyways, but in the meantime, at least this LG40 will deter the M3 from getting too aggressive.
Yeah, but once he gets a 76mm upgrade, keep in mind the LG40 has less range than an AT gun, and AT guns already struggle against the 76 thanks to the barrage. I'm not sure if that's the right call. I think something more mobile or something with more range is needed.
GMC about to pop for FeriG. He's closing in on the 221 here. But the AT gun here to support.
Gets one shot off, no follow-up.
Yep, he is going to be able to squeak out of range there before this follow-up shot.
One of our sectors is now
Party poopers are down.
Cal's still controlling very well. Yeah, Paratrooper, this is a perfect transition from FeriG.
He has repairs also, so Half-Track will be back in combat in any second.
And Ray's trying to create as much space as possible in this window where he knows he's forced the GMC back, but good presence of mind to pull back away from that paratrooper. Can kind of tell based on FeriG's positioning that he's probably going to respond with the GMC.
We're losing the strategic
Nope.
point.
Oh.
According to Havoc, the buildable MG is 250 and the airdrop one is 240.
Yeah, so I'm looking at it right now. The HMG drop for paratroopers is 240. That is confirmed.
We've lost a territory sector.
On top of that, you also have a slightly stronger crew.
But according to Pitsy, who checked it in-game, both are 240. So it's not an oversight, it's both have the same cost. I like how he's spreading misinformation in chat and then...
Oh yeah,
it sparks a hot discussion over here.
Yeah, I mixed it up with the bazooka squad got the cost increase to 250. I mixed it up with the standard HMG. Good deed capture here in the north by the paratrooper, but gonna get forced away.
Man, Fortune Pioneer still at 0. Minute 9.
It's very... I mean, he's getting close. He's got 50 XP to go. But man, he's really got to repair this 221 so he can spread out on the map with it and not worry about... Oh, huge hit from the GMC. Hits 3 Falchion Pioneer models.
And they were not even 100% HP, so yeah. Second half trackers all the way from FeriG.
Yeah. FeriG starting to choke out. He's applying the chokehold here. Ray going for a desperation mortar, which is not going to cut it against these machine guns.
Isn't mortar good against the MGs, but maybe against 3 MGs?
Victory point. Now
Might not be.
Yeah, I mean the problem with the mortar, it has to do with the damage reduction. You can essentially take an entire mortar volley on the 30 cal and not have to not lose the mortar or not lose the MG, sorry. So It's super durable, and it just doesn't apply enough pressure for its cost.
Sweat. Target's ours.
Fair enough. But what do you get? Like indirect fire tier 2 doesn't offer much indirect fire. Maybe a 20 mil. It outranges the MG and beats.
Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier. The 20mm would have been a much better choice here than the LG40. I would actually probably go for 2 of them. Just to try to push these machine guns back, because there's, yeah, you can see like he hit this first 1919, he did about 25 damage to it, and now he's just repositioned, and now he's got to wait for the next barrage.
Ray's a little bit all over the place. Even though his army is really concentrated, it does not feel like he's able to gain any ground thanks to the MGs.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much every unit that he's got on the field right now is outmatched by every unit that FeriG has. And you can see this is why FeriG banned airborne for US. He recognized the threat of the 30 cal drops.
Enemy contact.
Orange smoke, I repeat, orange smoke. Captain Dan is using his connections to the higher ups.
Forced off the map completely. FeriG is going to be very comfortably moving into tier 4 shortly.
They've cut us off.
Ray, no heals in base. He's got the Grenadier.
Territory from us.
Grenadier's got medkit up, so he can use that. And I think Ray making the right choice here, pivoting to the south rather than choosing to run back into the machine guns. And FeriG actually taking this opportunity to do a quick reset on his troops and get the health back on the medical structure. I think that's a great call. Concede a little bit of map control just to make sure your troops are at full strength, and then coming back out, he's probably going to be able to apply the same sort of chokehold.
But oh, the
hit on the Grenadier.
76 hits indirect fire mode twice against the Grenadier, and hopes and dreams of getting the VP are evaporating.
Yep. I mean, the GMCs, they just make the perfect fire support tool for this kind of composition where you would normally lack that. And on top of that, you've got a great anti-tank unit as well.
Yeah, the thing is though, 20mm out, even though it's a great coat against the MG, double 76 will barrage it to death, right?
For sure, yeah.
It's a tough call what to get there next. Bazooka squad for FeriG on the way, just to be more safe. Not needed, but you know, better be safe than sorry how it looks like. He has a lot of resources in the bank. He could take up to tier 4.
Sector gone. We must take it
Got a
back.
consolation kill here on the scout for Ray. Panzerschreck forced away by the GMC barrage. Very nice strafe here, but not enough to pin the machine gun team. And Ray getting a quick capture on the North VP. Mortar still doing his damn best to create space for this German infantry, but
And guess
he's just running into 30 cals at every turn.
The hard counter to the Vermont mortar is coming up.
Yeah, the mortar pit. Yeah.
Yeah, it's looking awful.
Research completed, Commander.
Damn, a mortar pit without the visual bug where the mortar is outside of the mortar pit.
Oh, give it some time. Give it some time.
Okay.
He's got to take some hits. He's got to do some barrages, and he'll slowly start making his way out.
Grasshopper recon on station.
It's a great journey out of the map. 221 trying to apply some pressure on this North MG, but the GMC there quickly responds. FeriG very proactive on the move, starting to chase down the 221. He does pick up the kill. Very nice. Very perfectly executed by FeriG. Stopped for the accuracy bonus, then immediately queued the move forward order right before Ray could react. And he picks up the kill there. Forces that North machine gun away. He's very content to go back to base and get them back to full health. Tier 4 on the way up for FeriG. He's going to have a tank in production as soon as that finishes.
We have another LG40. I'm still not convinced, man.
My god.
They're not bad, right? They have their they have their spot. But
I mean,
200 points.
it's like a poor man's anti-tank option.
A fuel point is being seized by the enemy. Reports of enemy movement. You're on
Ray's spread very thin right now.
Maybe that's the right call though. Try to get the MGs not to be so concentrated, so make counterplay easier.
Yeah.
You have command points ready to spend.
But that's yes, no, yet one Jaeger, right? One elite infantry squad. So the airborns just have a field day with the Grants.
Point is no longer under our control.
Yeah, it's gonna get forced off here in the south. I mean, good disconnect on FeriG's fuel, but it's looking like a little too late in this case. FeriG actually going for a standard Sherman. I honestly, in this circumstance, I would just wait the extra minute or so for a bulldozer, because between the LG-40s and the Panzerschreck, he's just not going to be able to punch through it.
Grasshopper, high altitude recon. Waiting on your word.
I'm more of a generalist guy, so Sherman is always a good choice.
Grasshopper reporting in.
For sure. Yep, for sure.
Grasshopper over the target area now.
By the way, the new icon for the Sherman looks horrible. Changed my mind.
You think it looks worse than the other one?
Yes.
M4A1.
I think it looks better.
Really? I think it looks worse.
It kind of looks like a Bradley, honestly. Looks a little bit off. Oh, Ray, fine. I don't know when he built this, but he built an MG42. Probably just in time for FeriG's mortar, just because that's the kind of game he's been having.
By the way, minute 17 Wilbelwind is coming on the field.
Oh, brother.
Oh, man. He will not have
I mean, he
fun.
needs something. Yeah, he needs something to create the space, but, like, we've got a Zook squad, we've got a Sherman, we've got 2 GMCs. It's just,
Uh, no, man.
FeriG's gonna know that the Warble's on the field now because he's shooting at the recon.
Back to base.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no need for surprise.
GMC. That MG is so low. Forces the paratroopers away. We've got.
Point now under enemy control.
At least the vertical will be forced off. It's something.
Yep. GMC coming in to do some emotional damage to that Whirlwind.
And thanks for the raid, Maxis. I hope you had wonderful games. We are currently live with the second semifinals between FeriG and Ray. And FeriG is showing how to play USF, how it looks like it. He knows his way with those MGs.
That's the signal. We're going in.
Yes.
Don't say we never give you nothing. Supply run complete. Bingo fuel here. Heading back to base.
Martyr. Okay, good choice.
We've lost a second.
He definitely needs the extra AT, considering he knows FeriG's already into tier 4.
Marder's actually a good choice. Marder hard counters the half tracks because the tank needs 3 shots today and the half track only 2 shots. And it's great against the Sherman, so I like this choice.
Okay, Ray's looking for vision on this motor carriage, but I don't think it'll be enough damage to finish it.
Enemy forces are converging.
No, he moved! He would be in the range.
He doesn't have vision of it at the moment. That's his issue here.
Fair, yeah, true. So, by the way,
very nice strafe there in the north.
Marder decides to show rear armor and gets target weak pointed.
Oh god.
Kids, don't do this.
Enemy movement. You're on
Second shot.
But he's
point is under enemy control.
getting home.
Yeah. FeriG very careful to push in here.
Captured a victory point.
Double AT gun for Ray. Caught out of position by the Sherman here. Gets smoked. Very nice smoke.
But nice to connecting attack on ground. So it's some nice damage.
Good attack round. Yeah, paratroopers pushing in to deal some extra damage. FeriG floating a lot right now.
What
Does
should
have
he
access
get,
to
right?
rocket strike?
Yeah, he has rocket strike. How much ammo is it?
Another Sherman would be fine. Yeah, 120, I believe.
120.
Confirm that. Yeah, 120 for the rocket strike.
And now we
There
see
we
the
go.
strength of the
Second
GMC
permanent
against
production.
those. Oh, two
Supply pair job is ready to go,
LG40s
Commander.
are not enough to kill the half truck in the one volley.
Yeah, unfortunately, the damage profile of the LG40, it's only got 120 damage as opposed to other AT guns, which have 160. So you don't get quite the effect that you would have of a double AT gun wall with the LG40.
Second
Position
Rebel is
is
underway.
on this now.
I think a second battle would have been better. Maybe it's the
Yeah.
follow-up unit.
Ray decided to go down infantry reserves tree, so he's quite a ways away from getting access to the loiter or the frag bombs.
By the way, the water is already moving out of the water pit.
Yeah, I told you, he just needs to get a few barrages going. He's gonna start making his way.
Does it affect the range?
Mm-hmm.
So
No.
No? Okay.
Yeah, no, it's still for all intents and purposes, it's still contained within the pit. It's just a visual bug.
I have recon on your mark.
The first time I saw it, I was like, I didn't realize what's going on. I just saw it. I thought it's a normal water next to an empty pit. And I was
Yeah.
like, why can't I hit the monster?
This recon later, very nice for FeriG, allowing him complete vision over Ray's positions, so he can decide when he wants to push in with those Shermans or look for another opportunity. And he's very comfortable with 469 VPs now.
Nah, he can play safely. Like, no need to make something happen.
Yeah.
Don't win harder than you're already winning, because then you tend to throw.
Yeah. The pressure is definitely on Ray here to make the move. Which is the perfect position to be in when you're going triple 30 cal.
Granted, you got smoked.
Good sense from Ray, but he does get read very well here by FeriG. The GMC is in position to defend against this Whirlwind on the south VP.
75 points.
Meanwhile, Ray is slowly but surely getting forced away from the top side, the north side.
Defend our
Ray just
victory.
can't get a foot into the door.
Mortar finishes its barrage against the 30 cal and does about 50% of that squad's health, and that pretty much articulates the issues here with the German mortar against the 30 cals.
Victory point is
And
falling.
Vibble will
We're
bite the
getting
dust.
chased down by the GMC here. Yeah, he's gonna be able to chase that, no problem. Oh, misses the last shot though.
Gets away.
And he's a little bit slow, following up here with the Shermans, but does force away the Grenadier anyways, and the VPs are still ticking. GMC in position here.
Oh, Mara's out of position. Vibble is getting beaten up.
Yeah, he just triggered sight main gun, so he's gonna be stuck here for a second.
But look at the rotation speed.
There we go.
What's he get? What Sherman
Yeah,
gets picked
not
off?
bad rotation
German
speed.
gone.
There we go. That double AT gun came in clutch, but another one in production for FeriG, and it looks like he's ready to just collapse in on this group here.
A victory
His
point is
paratroopers are off the field though, so he can't totally capitalize. Ray taking some big losses, which means he's now going to have access to the Stuka loiter.
A victory point is under attack. We must act.
Yeah, but with the recent nerf of skill planes, I'm not sure if they will carry him to victory.
No, definitely. I mean, it's gonna add an additional tickle to his currently very mediocre anti-tank composition.
Here we go.
The
Panic skill
anti-infantry damage
planes.
is nice. There we go. Yeah.
Yeah, and the damage is... It got heavily reduced, right? It was 125%.
Oh yeah.
Into like...
Went from 150 to 40%
yeah.
bonus damage.
So...
Seems to be doing about 100 damage per pass, maybe 120.
Yeah, something like that, so... I like how skill planes will never be properly balanced. Either they're absolutely broken or they're useless. Nothing in between.
Yeah, I mean, I've been saying, I feel like I would really like to see all the loiters just changed into
Strafe?
strafes. Yeah, and just make them stronger. Like the rocket loiter or the rocket strafe is perfect. Perfect example of that. The DAC version is terrible, but same idea.
Yeah. And
There we
GG.
go.
2-0 for FeriG.
Towels in, yeah. I mean, FeriG came to play today. Like he took both opportunities that Ray gave him to capitalize on the strongest battle group, I think, for each faction. Dak, excellent choice on Tunis for exactly the reasons that he showcased. There's lots of space to do cutoff maneuvers, go for the natural fuel, harass the +10s on the outskirts, and it's just very difficult to create the space that you need to get some tempo as US. And then we kind of saw the opposite on the other side. Honestly, like the Luftwaffe selection from Ray, I'm still like scratching my head. Like I can't see any circumstance under which that would be the best choice, considering the nerfs to the loiter. The loiter really was like the Luftwaffe late game, and now without the strength of the anti-tank strafe, you're just gimping yourself relative to the other options that you have in breakthrough or in mechanized or terror, which was vetoed. But and then I mean, Coastal, obviously he couldn't read Hulk Smash's mind and steal his strategy, but we saw some great application of Coastal. I think Luftwaffe, not the right choice.
Yeah,
not the right choice.
We want to thank our MetaPlace website subscribers. Your contribution helps us keep the project sustainable. As we reach higher subscription goals, you are helping us cover more and more behind-the-scenes costs, such as video editing. Check out our subscription page using the link in the description, and remember to collect your perks. We will see you the next time.